Firstly, debut of the new pants. So this is a style. Obviously being me, I've bought like 9 to 10 pairs. Loved them, saw them long ago at a festival when I was maybe like 20, 21, and I was like, that. Love them, great. I wear them with Timberlands, amazing. Step 2, it's day 2 of number 14. I have completely changed the entire vibe. So, the entire vibe from here on in is locked in. Love is good, freedom is good, everything's there. Right now, too much. Absolutely too much. So, here's where we're at. The ex never responded. I ended up even calling her number. She picked up and hung up. When I said, hello, is everything okay? Hung up, ended up on social media and just berating me and completely just switching off. So, proof, no care in the world. The fact that my family's health has issues, anything, basically confirmed more or less that she's not okay. And instead she's doubled down, getting naked on the internet. Fantastic. I cannot actually focus on that anymore. And I've realized love is cool. I can love her somewhere in my heart, somewhere at a distance, and I love her as a human being. I don't love her for me, not right now, not with her not addressing her stuff. No. And what happens is because she is a covert narcissist, confirmed by her therapist as well, with massive disassociation and potentially a bit of retardation, autism, etc. What I question is, why do I like them? Why do I like those people? And I think what they are is they're different, they're special. And because I'm different and special, and like we all are, right? But because I'm a bit off kilter, I naturally am attracted to the people that are a little off kilter. So that's literally all that it is. But is it healthy for me to be in a relationship? No. If you've been here, you've seen the journey from moving out to moving into this. I was in my worst body shape ever, just nothing anyway. Point is now is not the time. Now is not the time, so I have to put that to the side. Second of all, I've made a mistake. And I had my staff start yesterday. I've got a lot to cover today. What I realized is, so I've started reposting a lot of content online, older content, where I was coming from a weird place, like an algorithmic place. Like, instead of being more myself and being okay with like, hey, here's me, I wasn't like really aligned. So I was trying to be a thing, or I was trying to basically, well, not be a thing. My book explains it. You have to cause pain. Pain is the greatest change effect, right? People think that positiveness affects change. And you'll even have books saying science has proven positive reinforcement creates change. The problem is positivity doesn't create rapid, permanent shifts. It's like this little thing, and there's all these dopamine traps where, as you've seen, this breakup, everything that's been going on in my life has caused a rapid shift, rapid change, right? Because I was willing to accept the pain and be with the pain. Pain changes everything permanently. Positiveness does not. So my ex's favorite statement was, I want the easiest life possible. I don't want to do anything. I was like, I have a body. I was like, I'm just going to show it off naked, and I don't want to do anything else. I just want to do narcotics and just vibe and do nothing, and just not give a shit. She's cut off her family, cut off her sisters, zero care, complete disassociation, probably born flawed. Probably born flawed. Oh well. Like, cool, I understand. So, what I say this, right? And if you've watched, like, I have so much love for humans, including her, even after everything that's been done. But as a covert narcissist, basically, she basically just goes internal, and it's all about look at me, look at me, look at me, easiest life as possible, right? Well, easy life, a lot of people go easy life, but easy life doesn't care the impact on other people, literally does not care. Baits literally people that are into underage women to pay her money. Doesn't care. While that was her trauma that she doesn't want to address, just blinders on. So, I realize my ex gets me lost in this thing. Like, I can't impact her right now, so therefore my thinking of it I have to remove. Second of all, I'm in that last, like, I'm in the point where we go from like, okay, we're built, like we're looking good, to like, whoa, we are now like supersonic, like something different. This is something I've always wanted. It's something that I've always like, my journey has been, I've always wanted to, from the age of, 22, 23, wanted to lose weight and get into shape. And I've gotten into shape, and then I didn't have large enough muscle, etc. But for the last 6 to 7 years, I have gone to the gym every day, bar 4 months worth. Not in succession, but what I'm trying to say is like, I've probably missed about 120 days at the gym. For the last 6 years, I've eaten 180 to 200 grams of protein. I have been working on this long-term vision for a long time. So right now, I have made the mistake of just adding too much stuff again. Like, oh, I'll do this, I'll repost stuff which is not really aligned with me anymore. I'll hire a bunch of staff and you jump on the team, and I'm just doing a little bit too early. So YouTube is still important to me. So the hire has been done. The problem is the hire from 4 p.m. yesterday has been MIA, no contact. Somebody that I was really, really like, it felt right. The good thing is I hired somebody else that was really, really right. And I was deciding between these two people. So I've hired them both to take on kind of different sections of the social media game. So this one will now go, unless there's an unbelievable explanation, we'll move to the side. She will unfortunately not be hired, and we'll move the other person into the place. So that's okay. With these reposts and things and launching the OF and things, what I've gotten present to is I'm doing this thing which is the long-term vision, right? So YouTube goes out. We're doing that daily. We're now going live and actually sharing my journey, like literally live. And then as I'm putting in all the material in the OF, everything that I have, everything about body, mindset, sharing my physique, sharing all the behind the scenes, like literally sharing the come up story from the horse's mouth, that's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's a long-term game. So I need to be prioritizing what is the first action. I've currently got a business, a big business around e-commerce, which needs some work. It needs some work, and I've got not enough staff for it, but I can do the work as well. So right now I need to eliminate stuff. So we're gonna hire this employee from YouTube, boom. I've got another employee that's an executive assistant that's helping me with little random tasks. I've got another employee potentially starting, which I'm gonna add to my e-commerce. Then we've added that person, and then I can work on e-commerce and getting this rig done. Now, e-commerce is just to pass the time for the moment, because the rig is the priority. So it's priority, then making sure that all my businesses are healthy, and the social media game becomes long-term and not attached to money. The problem for me is when you attach social media to money, you start making like wrong moves. Like you're like, oh, if I don't change up the content, if I don't make it more viral, then I'm not eating tomorrow. And like, not necessarily that I've ever been there, but that idea is not a great place for me. Like, it's not a great place to do social media from, because the vision was, I want to be fully me as it is, broken. Maybe this video you're judging me and you're like, whoa, dude, used to be love, used to be all this, and now you're not love. Okay, cool, now I'm not love. Like, I don't know, right? But my commitment was, I wanted to show you the unadulterated, the real me. Because firstly, I think it's going to give massive value, because it's rare for somebody to just be like, hey, here I am. Second of all, I'm really up to big stuff all the time, and anybody that I meet in person gets a lot of value from me, and I help change their life. But I can only talk to one person at a time, right? Where on social media, I can put it out there, it exists, and the one conversation that I have with you, now you can watch it, your friend can watch it, in 3 years somebody else can watch it. So as a return on my time of investment, it creates more change in the world. And I want to show you what it takes to take like a dream, like a vision of taking the singing all the way from start to a dream, a little boy's dream in a bedroom where he was ridiculed and bullied and said he was shit and like put down. And the amount of crap I've gone through, which I'm going to share, and you've probably already seen stories, is just wow. Just wow. Like, wow. Like, the amount of wins and losses I've had is just phenomenal, right? And I wanted to share that, right? So I wanted to share that. So, but that's a long-term game. Because I want to do that forever, it doesn't need to happen tomorrow. It doesn't need to happen the next day. And what I realized is I was not incongruent with my feelings. So I need to be way more exact. The rig is the priority. This is what I've worked on. I do believe, muscular-wise, I am ready. I am ready for kind of the physique that I've wanted and envisioned, right? So we're on that last 14 days, and then we're slowly like reverse dieting as well. So like we're adding in a bit more calories, and we need to be a little bit more exact because we're going to be changing patterns. So instead of doing more, I have to do less. And the moment I figured that out today on the treadmill, I was like, right, I've been incongruent with my feelings. I took on too much and I got overexcited and I moved the priorities. Rig is priority number 1. 2 is keep my businesses that are currently alive healthy. This is my businesses which allow me to live the lifestyle that I have. It allows me to live the lifestyle that I have, and it gives me freedom, right? And it allows me to hire and sink more money into the vision, which is the big vision, which is global domination through inspiring others on the journey, right? So what I did is I put global domination a little bit before here, while a little bit working on the business, but global domination, and then excited, and then they're like, it's not global dominating because I'm reposting the stuff that's incongruent anyway. Like, why would it dominate? I'm not like, I just got messy. So right, reverse it back. Cool. Calm down, Andrew. It's all good. So that's step 2. Cool. So the employees, 2 started yesterday, 3rd one starts the next, 1 disappeared. Don't know where she is, we'll wait. This morning, the other one he was doing really good work, has fallen ill, said so sorry, he'll try log in later, or maybe the next day. Cool, not a great start, but a start, things happen. People get sick, it's just like life happens, right? It's unfortunate, but I've had a company where when I was 19 years old, I had a company which had 60 employees. I had 5 managers, and the managers would run teams. Like, I had 60 employees. So I'm well versed in life happens. It's just at the moment, I've got so much like emphasis on each staff, like I'm a little bit more stressed, so I just need to calm down. So I just need to calm down, Andrew, it's all good. I just noticed my fingers are yellow. This is bad, right? But I don't know if you can see that, right? It's like an orange yellow. So I put turmeric on my chicken. Jeez, mate. I put turmeric on my chicken. That's bad, Andrew. I put turmeric on my chicken, and I don't eat with a fork or anything. I just caveman. You know, I've got my potassium. I've got my turmeric, and I'm just eating it like a caveman. So that's bad, man. So it's stained my fingers to orange. Fantastic, Andrew. Fantastic. So that's there as well. But I feel good. So we're eliminating love. Not eliminating love, but we cannot, the ex will do what she will do. And I've got to put everything into my basket. Everything into my basket. So the 14 days, here's what I'm thinking, because it's like live. So the 14 days, we're doing a movement, and we're going to increase the caffeine intake, so there's a little bit of cortisol that goes up. That creates water retention. Cortisol is just stress hormone. Creates water retention, but basically on the surface, I'm going to look worse. I'm going to look less muscular. I'm going to look flabbier. That's just what it is, right? So that is what it is. So I have to put that to the side and be like, water retention, once I start refeeding slowly, removes, and once I lower the cortisol. So that's fine. Fine, hard, all I'm doing is I just need to delay gratification again, because the main mission is to peel off the fat. Cool. So I've done that. For these 2 weeks, instead of going, I thought, let's make it a little bit easier. So what I do is I fast I do a fasted workout. So my workout is my exact protocol. Do not follow this. This is not exact. This is not exactly what to do. Understand that this is like in the depths of a long cut, depending on my body. Like, get my book. That will teach you how to set it up yourself and move with your own diet, okay? Or jump onto the OF and there's coaching there and you'll get all that, right? So, but I still want to share my exact protocol. So the exact protocol is I start my morning and I start with a half dose of non-stimulant beta-alanine, creatine, L-arginine, I think, and a bit of potassium. I'm missing the salt, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and I start with about 700 mils. Then I go to the gym. I get a medium long black. The medium long black is 2 shots of coffee. It's a strong coffee. With that, I'll have another 2 to 3 glasses of water. So I'm now up to 1.25 liters of water. I've now done the caffeine as well. I've got sodium in me, which I need to add a bit more. I've got potassium in me, and I've got a little bit of creatine in me, a little bit of non-stim workout in me. Then I go do the weights. So weights are split into 3 days. We've got chest and triceps and shoulders. That's one day. Then I do back and biceps the next day. Then I do legs and shoulders on the next day. Shoulders, I kind of just, on the legs and shoulders is when I properly do shoulders. On the chest and triceps, I just do a little bit of shoulders, like a little bit of the front shoulders, maybe a little bit of the back shoulders. But shoulders, I find I can hit a little bit more. And a lot of people say that I'm on steroids because of my shoulders. So I don't know if that's allowed to say, but yeah. So I guess I'm just like, yay, I'll take that, cool. So I'll build my shoulders more. Like, okay, you haven't seen the work that I've done. Yeah. I love the people that go, oh, you're on performance enhancing drugs. Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, I started swimming before I could walk. I've been working out up until the age of 18, 5 times a week, including like from training, ice skating, karate, badminton, tennis, and I know they might not be all serious sports, but when you're 80 to 90 kilos as a child, playing intense sports or doing push-ups or doing handstands, etc., the amount of weight that I'm pushing is a lot more than a person that's not. Then we had 3 years of like when I'm 18 to 21 where I was like, just being a little dumb boy and just doing a lot of dumb shit, right? And I've done a lot of dumb shit, a lot in my life anyway, but I did a lot of dumb shit. So, and then, 23-ish, we're like, okay, well, we're gonna start this working out journey, and then we really gymmed it. So when people say PEDs, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I literally, I haven't met a person yet. There are people at the top, like a Lenny Kravitz, which eats vegan for the last 15 years, right? You meet some people which are elite with their diet, maybe elite with their training. I wanted to be elite with my diet. I wanted to be elite with my training. So when people say PEDs, I'm like, yeah, except I just don't crash. I just keep going. But obviously you saw this relationship crash me. I was in the worst shape ever of my life. But my ex convinced me of the bulking, and she kept saying, she's like, I like him larger. I like him larger. I hate muscular men. And like, she just, like, not muscular men. She's like, muscular men are female. She was extremely insecure. She would cry at her own reflection. She literally would in hidden take laxatives to try and lose weight, and then fatten me up to make sure that she's still, anyway, wild. Point is I have fallen off the Richter scale, but I've still worked out the whole time. So with my ex, the coolest thing for me to realize is, because I've always have been focused on more keeping my weight down, I was training really hard, but I was still eating a lot. So that's why I think in the last 1.5 years with my partner, I probably put on maybe 4 to 5 kilos. I know that's not a lot based on what I've seen on YouTube, but I think for like a natural, it's quite a lot. I guess I'm at my genetic limit-ish. Don't know, but point is like that was my first, like, I don't know if I'm at my genetic limit. No idea yet. But basically my focus has always been to keep more diced rather than huge. But then I would get diced and I'd be like, oh, it's not exactly how I wanted, and I wasn't in the right place and I wasn't loving myself. Cool. So basically with these 14 days, I'm gonna run it, but I'm going to inject, so we've got creatine, we work out. We do the workout. Then after the workout, I then have some more water, 2-3 glasses, and then I do 2 hours of cardio. 2 hours of cardio on an incline, walking, 18 incline right now, 5.5 speed, holding on, and what I do is I reverse every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes for like a minute and walk backwards. Because for your knees, right, if I'm always walking forwards, it's good to walk backwards, yin and yang. Like in life, to keep my body kind of really good, 10 minutes that way, 1 minute that way, 10 minutes that way, 1 minute that way. So basically it keeps my knees and my legs tidy. So it's a hack. Nobody does it. I do it. It's epic. So then I do my 2 hours of cardio. I'll do 1 hour of cardio. I'll lose a lot of water. Then I have another half of my creatine and beta-alanine non-stim pre-workout in there, and that's another 700 mils. But then what I'll do is I'll drink that 700 mils on the road of the 2 hours cardio. Then I'll come back, and right now is when I'm filming the YouTube video. So you've just seen me work out. Now I'm filming this YouTube video. After this YouTube video is done, usually I will then have my first meal. So my first meal will be chicken breast, a bit of kimchi for probiotics. The chicken breast will have potassium and sodium on it, and a different spice, whether it be cinnamon, cumin, turmeric. Spices have micronutrients in them. So I like to rotate different spices just to get your mics in, so on and so forth. I'll then add my multivitamin, I'll add vitamin D, and I'll have a magnesium to just lower the cortisol a little bit if cortisol's a little bit high, right? Because I've had my sodium, had my potassium, but I haven't loaded the magnesium yet. This is all very specific. I understand this is like a lot of info, and don't just go, oh, I'm just gonna copy that. That's gonna be exact. It's not. The book is a good start, but if you're in that fine last section, the OF is a great place as well. So by now when it's released, it's already gonna be built and everything's in there. So it's in there. It's $15 a month, and I will transform your life. So definitely do that. Cool. So I do my chicken breast. It'll be 200 grams. Then I will have I will also have some salad, so a bunch of leaves, a bunch of mix. I will do that then 3 times throughout the day. Chicken breast, chicken breast, chicken breast, right? Each time with salad, sometimes with a bit of kimchi, sometimes not. I'll have water throughout. I might have, so I've added I've added an extra coffee somewhere in the middle of the day, and then I add some vitamin B in the middle of the day just to give me vitamin B energy instead of caffeinated energy. Then what I'll do is for the evening, I will have some smoked salmon. It's my highest calorie meal, and it's like 25 grams of fat as well, and it usually lowers my cortisol a little bit. Also with salad, pepper, wasabi. I also add mustard to the chicken breast at the moment. Hot English mustard helps me out. So that puts me on roughly 1,200 to 1,300 calories. We are burning at the moment probably 4,000. Just the workout alone is close to 2,000. And then my resting metabolic 2,000-ish. So my cortisol is high. So the problem is I work out heavy, my body looks like shit. The moment I calm down and like I had my refeed days, I measured at 12% body fat, which meant I only had like 4 kilos left. And I was like, right, but now I don't look like I have that left. So it's like, it's weird. Point is, that's where we're at. And I'm going to only run this for this 14 days. I've been umming and ahhing whether to run it only for 7 days and start slowly already increasing. I'll see how my body is, but I think 14 days. We're just gonna run it for 14. I'm thinking of adding 2 sugar-free, like Diet Cokes or some caffeine in there, because in between the meals, so I've got my meal here, then I've got a meal here, then I've got a meal here, then I've got a meal here, it could just be like, oh, I've had my chicken breast, it's been an hour and a half, had a little bit of caffeine, bit an hour and a half, now my chicken breast, hour and a half, chicken breast, and then what I can do is I can just space it out. Because I'm fasted until the morning, then later on, I can just be like, and we're done. So that's kind of how we are. I won't talk about how I'm going to be reintroducing everything. That's going to be a real slow process, but I've kind of mapped it out. So yeah, that's where we're at. Lot to cover. I'm umming and ahhing, but I think I'm okay with putting in sugar-free drinks. It's processed, yes. Crap, yes. Once it's in, it's going to be hard to remove it as a pattern for the entire diet, yes. Realistically, I'm going to be going this hard for maximum probably 28 more days. Maximum, I'd say. Like, I do not see this going over 28 days from here. And that's including starting to kind of refeed. Meaning, worst case for 28 days, I've got the sugar-free drinks. Okay, let's add another 2 weeks, I've got the sugar-free drinks. Then I'll chop them out. Because at that point, the calories will be higher, cortisol will be less, it'll be easier. Main mission is rig. How do I make this a little bit easier? The book, if you've got it, talks about the equation of change, which is literally the law. It's trademarked, it's like, it's done. This is the law of life. It's the law of life. It doesn't just apply to weight loss, it applies to everything. We make changes based on pain and pleasure only. So it's pain and pleasure. So I've increased the pain a lot, and if I increase the pain too much on the diet, it snaps. So I need to increase the pain and then create a little bit of pleasure to reduce the pain to keep it going. So I need to increase basically make it a little bit easier. What people go wrong with weight loss is a lot of the time we will start to eat healthy only, and then we miss the foods that we liked. So the biggest problem is actually we first get to the condition that we want, and then we slowly change our diet to a healthy diet. Now, a healthier diet. Now, I'm already, 95% healthy. 2 sugar-free drinks ain't gonna kill me. But it's okay to put that in there for the moment. The risk versus reward isn't super high, but it creates a bit of a dopamine, a serotonin, a bit more caffeine. It shouldn't be a bad thing. So that's where we're at. Anyway, this video is long. I love you very much. Shout out to my new pants. I think I like this angle. Hopefully, I'm gonna keep this angle from here, but I love you a long time. I think I'm in a good place now. I'm locked in, I'm ready, I know where we're going. So my job is just to go that way. Just full speed, right that way, locked in. Love is cool, worry is cool, this is cool, lock in. I love you, have the best day, and I'll see you tomorrow.